Hi guys, a little piece of Swedish history I have here. Mobilization Ammunition. And it says on it, kept under lock. You can only break the seal if you have mobilization orders. And it is 762x51 SKPTR. And it's 20 of them. Enough for one magazine to your AK-4, also known as a G3. These little things were handed out to the home guard to be kept at home and ready for war. And they had their AK-4 at the ready as well. So what is the home guard? During the Second World War, we had a very shit army. No national defense to speak of. So during the late 1800s and the early 1900s, a lot of shooting clubs basically was founded, and you could call it friskyttekårer, or basically they were organized to defend the country basically. And this was getting more organized during the Second World War, and they created some kind of volunteer organizations, home guard thingies. This was actually illegal, and it's still illegal to make your own armed organizations for any purpose except hunting and sport shooting and collecting firearms, I guess. But this kind of organizations training to fight other humans, that's illegal in Sweden and has been for a long time. Basically it's been illegal since the communists started existing. Anyway, the government saw that this is actually a need, and 1940 they formalized the home guard in Sweden. And mainly they had the M96 rifles in 6.5. Actually, the last M96 rifle was phased out of the home guard in 1995. But way before then, we got the AK-4. So that was made on license in Eskilstuna Gevärsfaktori. A town called Eskilstuna had a firearms manufacturer plant. Doesn't exist anymore. Even the museum that took its place is not existing anymore. We don't really give a shit about cultural heritage in Sweden. It's sad. It's very sad. Anyway, so this, I'm not gonna break the seal on this. This was, as far as I know, where this came from is a senior citizen passed away. I don't know when, I don't know who. He had a bunch of hunting ammunition. The widow took all that hunting ammunition and this, of course, to the local hunting store, where it collected dust for God knows how long, I don't know. There is no dates on this that I can see. There is serial number on it. Not sure if that has any date in it. Nothing obvious anyway. And this hunting store went under very recently, and a friend of mine who's a gun salesman, Isaac from Swedish Armaments, brought a bunch of odd ends of ammunition that I bought from him because I'm an ammunition collector. And this little piece of Mobilization Ammunition package was one of them. Yes, this is not used anymore. Because after the Berlin Wall fell and the Soviet Union collapsed, the eternal peace settled onto the lands of Earth, Middle Earth, according to the socialists. And then later we got not right-wing government, more like conservative government, but I hesitate to call them conservative as well. Because one of the first things they started to do was open all borders. This was not the socialists who did it first, it was the other side, who's currently the opposition. And they started dismantling the defense of Sweden. They called the military a special interest group, it isn't. It is one of the key things a state does: defend itself, and anyone who is a citizen of that state. This very important mission, the moderates, as the political party was called, or the alliance, as was a coalition of different political parties to the right, the Central Party or the Farmers' Party, at least in the olden days, and the moderates and Folkpartiet, or the liberals, not liberals in the American sense. I'm not sure if they're liberal in any sense right now. Who knows what kind of political party that is? That's another discussion. Never mind. Those three political parties anyway started dismantling the Swedish military, and especially the Home Guard. They lowered the requirements, they removed their mission basically. I didn't do military service because basically in the mid 1990s they just stopped admitting anyone. I was sent to the I was like a reservist basically, the educational reserve I think it's called. So if there is a war, they might call me in to do some basic training and then send me to die. Anyway, they totally removed conscription for I don't remember how many years. It's back up now, but it's not that many people who gets to do it. Anyway, in 2002 they stopped giving the soldiers ammunition. So in 2002 this stopped existing. So this is a relic of almost 20 years ago at the earliest. This is probably older. In 2003, I think it was 2003, the Home Guard could no longer keep their firearms at home. So we have a Home Guard without ammunition and without firearms. So what is the Home Guard doing? Well, they're doing a lot of things, I guess. Helping out with forest fires and shit like that. So the Home Guard is basically they're not well, I guess they're gonna defend the country if it comes to that, but that's not what they're doing in practice. In practice they are saving people lost in the woods, they are fighting forest fires, doing shit like that. It's needed, but it's a cop-out. Sweden doesn't have like planes that can drop water shit on forest fires. We don't have anything. But we have cheap labor in the Home Guard. That's what it's turned into. But I have this. A memory, a maracas memory of better times when Sweden was still a proper country and people were trusted with defending the country, keeping one of these break in case of war boxes at home together with their battle rifle. That's not going to happen again, but it's nice to think of times gone past where the state trusted its people and things like this box of ammunition still existed. Okay, thank you for watching.